Well, first we're trying to probably start like a pilot where we're gonna ask the people who has already done the analysis probably and with other companies. So just help them get coached. So we're gonna start with that, and then once we start doing the probably in a year we might be able to. Thank you.
Great. Love the questions. Love the answers. Okay. For Janetta Pure, please come on down. And we'll have the presenters use the lapel mic so that we can use the wand we hand off.
We're okay with one. We're okay with that one.
Okay.
So
Perfect.
I think they can.
Okay.
Oh, that was the other option.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dr. Anker, just
Yeah,
give
this
him
person
that.
ready with the lapel?
Just don't worry about the lapels.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hi, I'm Jake from Janetta Pure, and we're making a healthier alternative to the miniature horse. Cute, right? Miniatures today suffer from a number of hereditary health problems. If you own an animal with one of these disorders, you can expect to spend in excess of $12,000 in extra veterinary costs over the lifetime of your pet. Recent equine genetic literature has pointed to a number of genetic locations that control for size. We believe that by finding healthy, normal horses and genetically editing their offspring, we can create what we call the micro horse. And today, we're asking for $100,000 to make the first one. We've evaluated the unhealthy miniature horse market and put the value at $28 million. But we expect with the introduction of the micro horse to put a zero on top of that number. But that's not all. This technology will enable us to tackle a number of health problems throughout the companion animal world. Years ago, when the equine world exploded in popularity, a number of top stallions would produce over 1,000 foals in their lifetime. Turns out some of these successful studs carried genetic disease. And today, in the Belgian draft, at least 90% of the population carries a harmful metabolic disorder. In 2009, the Kennel Club expected a third of all dogs to develop a serious health condition by age 5. Imagine instead if all dogs were able to live a long, healthy life to old age. With Janetta Pure, this may someday be a reality. What this company represents is the opportunity for a new platform for improved companion animal health, starting with the micro horse. As a member of the Genome Writers Guild, I am immersed and trained in one of the world's best genome engineering communities. My company will have insider's access to improvement of our core technology as it becomes cheaper and easier to use. I've also reached out to a number of our top animal health institutions, and with their strategic partnerships, we can begin to improve our animals in parallel as the understanding of how animal health genetics informs animal health outcomes. I'm Jake from Janetta Pure, and if you want to talk about how we're going to make the next generation of healthier pets, you can talk to me after the presentations today or email me. Thank you very much.
Hi, Jake.
Hi.
So I'm just curious why you chose the micro horse as your first project.
Great question. So, of all the horse breeds, the miniature horse probably suffers the worst from these genetic problems. It's a result of selective breeding for their size, and a lot of times the breeding practices involve inbreeding, so you see a lot of what would be normally rare genetic disease being really prevalent.
Two-part question, Jake. The existing market is $28 million. What's the math on that? Where does that come from?
So I observed I took a survey from the American Horse Association. They did a survey a few years back and estimated the miniature horse population in America. I extrapolated from an average cost of the miniature horse to that number of population in the United States.
I assume you're going to be genome editing or engineering to do this, and if you're doing it by breeding, how long does it take to get to your goal?
So I expect, at least to make the first horse, that it'll take 2 years. A minimum of 1 year for gestation, and then a year to bring all the elements together, including the services I'll need for the technique.
Could you go into a little more detail about what your technique is?
So Well, I didn't mention this, but this approach wouldn't have been possible a few years back, and that's because of some of the advances we made in animal reproductive biology and understanding that. There are a number of in vitro fertilization techniques and understanding how we can get a number of fertilized embryos to make this financially possible. Also, the fact that this occurred in China in dogs already last year was a big indicator that this was possible in other animals as well.
I've heard of micro pigs. Have you guys learned anything from how folks are trying to break that market open and how well adopted they're becoming?
So the micro pig sort of informed the original idea for the micro horse. As you can see by that similar nomenclature, but I haven't done my homework on how they're trying to break into the market. But from the customer interviews I've done, the sheer cuteness factor alone is really overwhelmed some people. So I think there's definitely going to be a sell, obviously, as it's a new product. But I think it's not a very uphill battle.
And only half joking, is a nano horse not far away? Chihuahua
well, we can keep it on the table for now.
All right.
We have a duo presentation here. And they get extra kudos because they helped make all of the AV system work at the beginning before everybody wandered in this room. So thank you very much. Ready?
Hi, my name is Alec Kolila, and I'm a PhD student here at Mayo Clinic, and I've dedicated the last 3 years to studying genetic hearing loss.
And my name is Panos Kiorezoudis, and I'm a doctor and a researcher working at the neurosurgery department. Today, we're going to talk to you about our first product, GoAudio.
According to the Hearing Loss Association of America, about 20% of Americans have reported some degree of hearing loss. That means that 1 in 5 people in this room will develop hearing loss in their lifetime, but won't know it because they don't get regular hearing screenings.
In addition, a 2011 analysis showed that approximately 2/3 of primary care physicians do not include a hearing screening test in the annual physical.
GoAudio is an easy-to-use and accurate technology that brings better hearing screening and more efficient health visits.
Our device uses noise-canceling headphones that are coupled to an easy-to-use iPad application that measures the hearing thresholds.
Using GoAudio, a patient can come in for their yearly physical exam and have their hearing tested, just like their blood pressure. Or they can purchase it on the App Store and use it at their convenience.
What makes our product unique is that we're using noise-canceling headphones that mimic the soundproof room in which normally a hearing test is conducted.
Currently, we have 2 major departments, family practice, family medicine, and pediatrics that are interested in utilizing our technology. Incorporating GoAudio in the Mayo Clinic clinical practice would further bolster our product because patients know and trust Mayo Clinic to always provide the best healthcare for their patients.
And with GoAudio, we'll be providing hearing screening services to anyone and everyone just by using a simple app. And remember, this is just the start in our suite of digital health apps.
So which of you will join our team as strategic partners and upgrade our medical technology to something easy to use, portable, and accessible? Thank you.
Do you guys address tinnitus?
Tinnitus? Yeah, so that's something separate. Usually that affects the hearing test in general. So currently, our product will not address tinnitus, but that could be something that we address in the future.
So do you know how big your potential market is for these hearing tests?
Yeah, so there's a huge market for this because in rural areas especially, audiological services are not always available. So that's a huge market for this because people need to get their hearing tested. Additionally, there's a specific chemotherapy drug that's used on patients, and this drug causes hearing loss. And physicians actually don't know at what point in the dosing does this cause hearing loss. And so we spoke to a medical oncologist that's actually very interested in implementing this because he would be able to track his patient's hearing across time. And once he sees any small indication of hearing loss, he can switch to another chemotherapy drug that's not traditionally used initially because it's more expensive.
Who will pay for this?
It's a good question. So we're currently targeting large institutions, for instance, like Mayo Clinic or other hospitals, that would be able to purchase the noise canceling headphones and the app to use it in their family practice or pediatrics. So right now we're thinking that it would be the institution, or we could possibly talk to insurance companies about covering this.
And then what would their incentive be to pay for this, given the current environment of, cost-cutting measures that are needed to be implemented?
So right now, we believe that this will really bring access to hearing loss screening, because just thinking about what an audiologist or audiological service would cost to bring more in just to provide this annual screening, this would actually save money for a hospital rather than having to bring in multiple audiological specialists.
Why not start selling this now in the App Store, advice only, not a diagnosis, for like $5 per download?
So that's really an interest. We're pretty sure our device, so we're working with our regulatory specialists here, and we do know that our device is not significant risk, so we can move forward with FDA approval and all the impediments very quickly. And I think we also got an IB approval, so that can make our application, in the App Store really strong and different from all the others out there. I don't know if you also want to.
Yeah, I think that, we talked earlier today about how you guys are making it so you can just download a professional grade, hearing test and run it on yourself. And so I think that your market is much, much bigger than, clinics. And so I think that you really need to think about your go-to-market strategy, because you have the advantage of having an app store that's out there that has billion of people connected to it, and some of them are going to want to test their hearing. So I think that your app can stand out in a busy app store because you are Mayo Clinic researchers and you are experts at this, and you do have IRB approval. But I think that that should not make you shy away from the mass market. It should make you embrace it, and it will make you succeed in it as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. Come on down. You're the next contestant. While we get set up, weren't those junior anglers awesome? Just
Good job, guys.
Anytime you're ready. Move it up. Say something. Higher. Did you turn it on?
You have to turn it on.
To turn it on? Oh, make sure it's on. Hold it up to your mouth once and say something. Yeah, it's not on. Give him the regular mic. Just go with this. We're too complicated. Tried and true. Tried and true.
Hello.
All right.
Hey everyone, my name is Carl, and I'm a co-founder of Slate Q. We're an online marketplace where scientists can buy and sell research writing skills from other scientists. Imagine the Airbnb of research writing skills. So I've been in scientific research for 8 years, and as a graduate student, trying to write multiple papers at the same time, I wanted expert feedback on my writing style and syntax. So I looked around at author services companies, and I was pretty dissatisfied. Not only was it impossible to be matched up with somebody who knew anything about my field, but the prices were anywhere from steep to ridiculous, upwards of $1,000 a paper. And a lot of other scientists have been in the same boat. In 2015 alone, 7.4 million non-native English-speaking scientific researchers pumped out 1.5 million research papers. And the majority of those research papers are targeted towards high-impact target journals that are published in US or UK English, so you can see on the right. Now, that means that most researchers globally encounter a language barrier when they're trying to publish their work. And in order to help them get over that barrier, the author services market exists. And this is a $500 million industry in the United States every year. Unfortunately, as with my experience, the lack of depth of knowledge and the high cost results in a failure to meet the needs of active scientists trying to publish in highly technical fields. We never needed full-time teams of scientific writers who don't know the first thing about the research papers that they're trying to edit. What we needed was a marketplace where active scientists could sell their research skills to other active scientists. So, my co-founders and I created SlateQ. We're redesigning the delivery of author services by employing a distributed economy model. We give our customers their choice of editors. We only allow active scientists to edit papers. And all of the interactions between clients are hosted online and in real time. By doing this, we're able to beat our competitors' costs by 1/2 to 1/10. Not to mention the legitimate expertise that we're able to deliver to all of our customers. We're SlateQ, and we're the marketplace for writing and editing skills. Our mission is to push science forward by helping great researchers become more published and more read. If you're interested, come find me after the talk. Thank you.
Have you launched yet?
So we have a beta site that's active right now. We have 40 editors or so. We're kind of limited in our online capabilities, but we're out there.
How do you get paid?
So we're charging right now a flat rate of 4 cents a word. And as we're pulling in editors and we'll be building out our online capabilities, that'll be prorated based on the editor's previous customer ratings. And that will incentivize editors to do a good job and also increase our revenue.
So could you just talk a little bit more about your traction? How many papers have been published through this platform and stuff like that?
We haven't done any yet. We have a lot of editors that are really interested, and we just started trying to target major R1 universities and hoping to get in touch with our customer bases.
So what's your plan for finding those customers?
Right now, going to vendor fairs and trying to market in scientific journals.
Yeah.
Why don't you just put up some AdWords campaigns or targeted Facebook tomorrow for people Googling or searching for help writing thesis?
Yeah, that's something we've talked about a lot, but I don't know, people suck at online marketing campaigns, I guess, so we're not too confident that's the right strategy.
Do you vet your editors at all? How are they?
We do, yeah.
Okay.
So
what's the process?
Yeah, so in order to be an editor, you have to either hold a doctorate degree, you have to have a publication that's in, you have to have your name on a publication that's in a citable and peer-reviewed journal, or you have to be an upper-level student in a doctoral program.
So why limit the editors to only be active scientists? I mean, that's kind of hard to sometimes nail down. And also, another fertile area for targeting is our grants, grant writing.
Yeah, absolutely. We've gotten that comment a lot about grants, and it's something that we're really interested in expanding into. The reason that we want to have active scientists is because the goal is to match you as a customer with somebody who is current in the scientific literature and kind of knows how the papers are being published and where they're going and how they're being written. So that kind of fluency is really the expertise they're trying to deliver.
We have Oryx Sciences next.
Hi, my name is Luke Hepner, and I'm one of the co-founders of RX Sciences. We have developed a nanotech-based skin therapy solution. As you can see from my pale complexion, I burn easily. This was about 10 years ago. I went on a trip to Hawaii and I went snorkeling. I even remembered to apply sunscreen, but I was alone and I couldn't apply it to my back myself. About an hour or two later, I got done snorkeling, felt sick, and had a blistering sunburn on my back that was quite severe. Severe enough the whole 9-hour plane ride home, I was like this because I couldn't lean back. So if we had developed afterburn technology about 10 years ago, this would have really helped me. So afterburn is a topical cream that can be applied post-sunburn to relieve the painful and red effects of sunburn. Shown here is the effects of afterburn in sunburned mouse skin. So at RX Sciences, we have developed a nanotech drug delivery platform that can be applied to a variety of skin health issues. A variety of business opportunities exist in the skincare field. So each year, Americans spend over $6 billion for psoriasis treatments that are ineffective. They spend over $2 billion on ageless skin, and radiation dermatitis results in over $1 billion spent each year by Americans. We aim to enter these markets as well as the skin care prevention and sunburn markets, which are newer than the first three. And we hope to first pursue radiation dermatitis, which is similar from sunburn. It results from burns that occur when patients are being treated with radiation therapy for cancer. We have assembled a team of world-class skin researchers, and last summer we went through the Lean Launchpad startup program to iterate our idea and develop market research on the skin solutions that we have developed. We aim to be in clinical trials by the end of this year, and we're excited about this opportunity to gain business partnerships and investment opportunities. Please talk to any members of our team afterwards if you're interested and want to learn more. Thank you.
Hi, Luke.
Hi, Dan.
Good to see you again.
You too.
As a fellow redhead, I'm certainly interested in your technology. Since your Launchpad experience, tell this group a little bit about defining what the cost of your product is and how the market might react to that cost.
So I think one of the greatest challenges in the cost of our product is scaling so that we can make this large enough so that we can market it. Some of the progress we've made in the past year is doing additional experiments in model systems, as well as gaining IRB approval for the radiation dermatitis experiments in humans.
In a 10-second nutshell, what exactly is the mechanism of action of the compound that's in afterburn?
So we're using nanotechnology to improve the delivery and activity of molecular targeted therapies to the skin.
But do you